So this tutorial is going to be all about adding graphics to your project. Now, you can't actually make graphics in Final Cut Pro. You need to make them in another program like, say, Photoshop, and then import them. I've made quite a few graphics for you to use in your projects, and they should be in a folder on the desktop. So to import that folder, you go up here to File, Import, Folder. You navigate to your desktop and click on the Graphics folder. And now you see that's brought in a new folder with all these different graphics inside of them. So they're all labeled, hopefully in a meaningful way that you can navigate them. There are quite a few different arrows, like say one like this, or there's also some other ones that look like this, a circle, and a X graphic. So if after looking through these, none of them really seem to fit what you want to do, and you're familiar with a graphics editing program like, say, Photoshop or GIMP, if you know that one, what you're going to want to do is to create a new file with a transparent background, square pixels, and then you're going to want to save that as a .png file. If you know what that means, go to town, have fun making your own graphics. If you're not really sure about what all that means, probably come and talk to me here at the MSC, and I can either put you on the right path to making your own, or just make one or two additional ones for you to help you get it going. So now let's just say we want to use one of these graphics to add to the movie we have down here in the timeline. And we want to highlight the specific portion of tape job that this person is doing here. So let's scroll through and see. We want the one that is going down and to the left, which is arrow to down L. So there it is. And we can add this to the timeline just like we do other clips. We just drag it down like this. And now if we put the playhead over it, there it is. Now that may look a bit large, most likely. So how you reposition that is we just go over here and we click on it, and you'll see this box, known as the bounding box, appears over top of it. And you'll see the cursor has changed to this 4 different directional arrow. So to move it around, we just click and drag while that 4-way arrow is selected, and then if we want to shrink it down, you use the 4 points here at the corners and shrink it down, dragging it in just like that, and then again moving it over here, say like that. So now we have our graphic positioned where we'd like it. You may have noticed that our graphic itself, the clip, is only 1 frame long. That's probably not enough length. No one's going to be able to see anything if something is 1 frame, which is actually 1/30th of a second long. To lengthen that, you're going to use the tools that you've been using, namely the Grow Selection tool, which is under the Selection tool, and then you hover over the edge of the clip and the cursor changes to these double bars and 2 arrows, and then if you click and drag, that will pull out and increase the duration that the graphic is on screen. Now if we go and play through, we see as soon as it gets to here, the graphic appears on screen, and then as we get to the end of that clip, the graphic disappears. Now, one thing that is very useful in conjunction with graphics is adding text. So let's just say, in addition to where this graphic is pointing, we want to add in a piece of text here that helps describe what we're pointing at. So if you haven't watched the tutorial on how to add text to your project, go ahead and watch that after this. But basically what you need to do is go down to the generators button here, text, and we're just going to go to text, and you go into the controls button, and we're going to type in tape job, and That's going to be good enough for us right now. We're going to go back to the video tab, and then we can take that and similarly put it over here, and then we're going to grow it out so it's the exact same length as our graphic. But right now it is not in the right place, and you can use the exact same tools that you use to move the graphic around. You can use them to move the text around. So here we have our 4-way arrow. We can move that up here, put it next to the arrow, the graphic, just like that. And also you can shrink and grow it using the edges. Let's click off of there. And one thing you're probably noticing right now are these green stripes. You could ignore those. Those just mean that the color on screen has gone to 100% white. And if we were, say, editing a feature-length movie, that would be a problem for us. But since we're making a DVD that is mostly instructional, we're not going to worry about these green stripes. And that's how you add and manipulate graphics to your Final Cut Pro project.